gonna have to take this shit, all this shit off. This. You take this off your brake lever, your mid control, if you have a mid control. Alright, take this shit off, and depending on what kind of pipes you're running, you know, all this shit's got to be done. They don't say nothing about that in the fucking instructions either. It's like, oh yeah, in order to, you know, bite off more than they can chew. This shit's pretty simple though, taking off like a fucking brake. Fucking so it shouldn't be too fucking hard. So you see these? Got this fucking green and black. The green and black comes out right there, right? So the green is butt connected to a green black, right? It goes to this brake light switch right there, that fucking brake light switch, and there's two connections, right? Where it goes to. And you got your headlights, your headlight wire, which runs right there, comes on down, keeps coming down. It's this one, you see? See it? Just goes up into the headlight. Comes down here, right? Keeps falling. It's down, and then it comes down right through here to the back of this box, alright? And it says green and blue, alright? So this is a 3-prong switch. You got this one, this one. So the blue goes in there, and the green is grounded, alright? So let's keep working. And then on the stator rotor, you can't really see the wires, but there's a hole like through the cases where they go off the stator rotor wire. So see these wires on the BSA? That's the stator rotor wire. Primary, alright, it's primary side. It comes out the bottom right there. It goes up in here to your stator rotor, alright? Those are off. See? Big and small. Here goes the fucking flip peg. Must have just dumped on out of there. On top. See, it comes back right here. See green? That's a top wire right there. Oh, see that? That's that one. And the black, the other black, goes away. It's all routed over here. Goes down there, right? And then goes up to the switch. Alright? So it's tail light. And the green is your brake light, and the black is your tail light. Okay, so that's why the black goes down and is wired to the switch. When you turn the switch on, it turns on the headlight and the tail light. Okay, you don't need a fucking tail light in the daytime unless you're in a state that says your headlights and tail light has to be on. Only thing you need is a brake light. So that's why you have two wires. Alright, so green to the brake light. But there's another wire, alright, because this has to get power from somewhere. The brake light part of it's pretty simple, okay? So, you know, you follow this back, you know, goes over here, over to the other side, you know, routes down. Just keep following, you know, black, see, black right here, black, goes all the way over here. You know, you just tie the fuck out of it to everything, you know, comes down here. You keep wiggling if you don't know where shit is. You're like, oh, where did that come from? How is that hooked up? You know, what is that? What's it fucking hooked to? Right? And you just keep wiggling shit wires until you figure it out. Alright? Alright? And this one is coming through that same hole. Alright? So, with the rest of these, alright, I'll show you. It'll probably be easier for me to show you once I've got it all like written down. You know, we'll just go, oh, okay. So I'm going to tear some more of this part, but take all this shit off, and that'll be the next vid. But this will all be off, and I'll have this shit off, and I'll just show you, tell you exactly where everything went, show you a drawing probably, maybe. Alright. Fuck. Alright, man. Boys and girls. Shit's off, alright. This is a 650 Triumph. So, you got all those over there. You got that. Alright. You need that to catch all the shit that's in there. It's a wet clutch, not a dry clutch. Alright, so this is the filler. So refill it. Alright. You got another one, another plug right here on the outside. That's to adjust your clutch. Alright. Then you have this, which is your drain plug. So I didn't even take that off. I just started cracking all these. I threw the pan under there where that light's at. Alright, I got the, mid-control this off. I didn't even bother taking the back piece off that cut. So all I did is pulled the cotter pin, and that way, instead of having to take that other piece off that's like spine on there, I just took that off, cotter pin, and then just rolled it out of the way. Alright, so took this off. Alright, those wires I was telling you about. Okay, this is your stator rotor. Alright, this one's a Lucas. They sell Sparks, they sell all kinds of different kinds, but basically runs off the crank, and you got two sides, a pinion side, a crank side. Produces electricity. Alright, so this wire goes out through the cases, then it comes down under the bottom. I can show it here because you can probably see through the top by wiggle jiggle. Stick the light right there. Alright, and that's my finger touching it right there. So yeah, that's that. And then if you come around on the other side of the box and try and figure out, you're like, oh, what the fuck, So down here, that's fuck. That was this wire right here. See it? And it comes back down here. And I got it right here. See these two yellows? Those yellows go to that other box. That's it. So depending on what kind of box this is, right here, I'm either going to use this box, or I'm going to connect these yellows to that Boyer box over there, like I have on my VSA to power my lights. So yeah, so I could snip these, because they're going to go somewhere, or maybe I should just disconnect these to this, just pull the box off and see if I wanted to use this. Alright, so, and then if you look at the book, it shows you like the underside of it, and that's those wires where they come out through the bottom. That's what the bottom of the bike looks like. Alright, so either way, if you want to look at it this way, however you're working on the bike, whatever, it's these wires that are coming out right there. That's what I just showed you. That's off. Now the thing about this, like, your gasket, you should glue it on one side. Glue your gasket to your primary, so when you take it off you can reuse that gasket because it's stuck just to your primary cover. A lot of people, they get in here and they start putting fucking gasket seal on there and stick the gasket on there. That's wrong. You want to be able to use your gasket as many times as you can. So when you remove it, when you take these bolts off, you move it off, sometimes it gets stuck there and you pull it and it starts pulling apart. You want to save it. I think I did a pretty good job. I didn't ruin it too bad. It's still pretty usable. There's a little funky spot right there maybe from the screwdrivers, prying on it, trying to get it off. And the magnetism, because this big magnet, it's harder to get off on the front, real harder, especially off these two bolts, because all the magnet wants to keep it there, so you got to really wedge. And what I do is once I start up here, way on the back side, I tap on it with this rubber mallet, something really soft. It works work in a shop, you don't want to be scratching people's shit, so you just toss off the shit. Maybe you can stick a rag under there so you don't make any scratches, because depending on who the person is, they will bitch. And my primary cover is just fucking rattle canned with super high temperature black paint, so shit will always stay there, you know, unless I spray brake cleaner on it or get brake fluid all over it, you know, it eats right through paint. You know, put that shit in a squirt gun, go find all your enemies and squirt their fucking cars or whatever. But anyway, yeah, go pull that off, and I stick a razor blade. Once I get it start to come off, I keep the razor blade on the back side of it and I work along. You know, it takes it off without ruining the gasket, so I can save the gasket, but the wood pan stick under there, because once you crack those bolts, all that shit's going to start dripping out. So that's pretty much it. This lighting system, I don't really have to disconnect anything. I got 2 wires, you know, not much. They're going down there, right? It's those 2 right there, right? So we're going to disconnect those fucking shits and giggles just to get them out of there. You know, even that's the ones that are hooked up to the switch anyway, to this switch. So on these switches, you know, they just got like a little fucking, I love to use needle nose wires for everyone, big long ones. These right here, because they just, you can reach into spots and grab shit and wiggle shit. Like, these are really long, so you can go, oh, you can stick a flashlight in there, you know. This, you can keep this real flat right here. I can even get this nut off, you know, just get it going. Second nut around here, get it on here, just keep it flat and get a good crank. See, I got a crank on it. Whatever. This fucking retard's like, wow, he's showing me how to take off a fucking toggle switch. This guy's a fucking rocket scientist. Not really, but